Hello, my dear friends. I'm Stanislav Shamayev, a licensed business immigration and corporate attorney in Miami, Florida. Today, we're going to be discussing EB-2 NIW visa and the questions that I get the most from you. At the end of this video, you will be able to learn how to get a free evaluation of your case. Let's go. But before we begin, guys, you know the drill. Smash that like button below this video to show me that you appreciate the content that I do for you. So, the questions that I'm going to discuss today, guess what? They're coming from you guys. And I got the list of the most popular questions, and there are going to be 5 of them, and I'm going to address all of them one by one. Question number 1, Stanislav, how do I come up with the proposed project or proposed endeavor? Call it whatever, but I have a very good formula for you to use and see the best options for you. And guys, I'm not going to talk today about your education and exceptional ability and national importance and all this stuff. I mean, I'm going to touch on those things, but if you want to watch the in-depth video on criteria, watch this video here, because today is a completely different format of the video. So, the best way, and God did not create a better way than that, to find your proposed project that's going to be in the national interest of the United States of America is to look 5 years back or even 10 years back in your career and what you're doing today in order to try to see if there is something going on or something was going on that could be applicable here in the US. Let's say you are a teacher or you professor in the university and you teach the doctors, whatever you do, the chemistry, the biology. This is a very easy example because if you're a professor or a teacher and you're teaching, let's say, chemistry, that's going to be your proposed endeavor, teaching the chemistry here in the US. This is very easy. If you're an engineer, look at the projects you've been doing, look at the consulting you've done, all the designs you've done, the projects, the depth of them, and try to translate that in the future. If you're a businessman or a businesswoman and you worked in a sector of the technology and you developed some technology in your country and you have the proof that it works, you can bring that technology here in the US and make a project out of it. This one is easiest. And actually, you know what, guys? I mean, for some of you, it might be like, oh my God, I've never thought of that. But to be honest with you, there's no way to do it another way around. There's no way. There's no other way. Because not only that's the way we look for the idea, but also that's what we use in a well-positioned criteria. That's how we're going to prove that your future project is going to be realized because you've done it in the past. And there's no other way around it, okay? So that's the question number 1, most important question. Number 2, Stanislav, how to make sure that my proposed project is in the national interest of the United States of America? Well, this one is kind of easy too, if you go in depth, because first of all, your project has to resolve some issue. Either resolve a problem, so there must be a problem, or create something new. So either or, there is nothing else. Which problem could you resolve? Let's say ecology. If you're in the ecology field and you deal with oil spills, and definitely there are oil spills in the US all the time. In the sea, in the rivers, on the railways, on the highways, everywhere. Is there a problem with oil spills? Hell yeah! Because you know, everything dies with the oil and the environment gets bad and people get poisoned and whatever, okay? So there's a problem. Is that in the national interest of the United States government? Absolutely yes, right? Nobody wants them to happen, and if they happen, they want them to be cleaned as fast as possible and in the most effective and cheap way. Again, this is kind of a very specific example, but you guys can see that you must first find a problem the solution of which you already have. If you work in a profession, there's always a problem, okay? And usually if there's a problem in your field, it's international in every country. But that's not the end of the inquiry. You have to look if the US government has interest in resolving those things. And what's the way to do that? The best way to look for the US government policies through the White House, the Congress, individual senators or congressmen or politicians, USCIS, DHS, President administration. And what they do, they issue the resolutions almost every day. You'll be surprised. Almost every day something happens. Some paper comes out, some resolution comes out, some issue being highlighted. You need to look on that online, on the original websites, on the government websites. Also, the publications and press is a really good source of finding national importance in your project and national interest because they also highlight those things. The expert opinions in the field. You need to find the leading experts in the field where you work in the States or international that speak about the US, and you can look at what they have to say. Official data like census, whatever the data the government collects, like raw data, so you can analyze it and make information out of it, so make conclusions on the raw data and use that. Also, the data and statistics done by the private firms and private companies. Okay, and there's a bunch of them. There's a bunch of paid services. You have to pay a small amount of money to get access to them, but they can give you the business statistics, the market statistics, the category of the businesses and market. So there's a lot of good stuff they can do, and usually that's used by our partners, independent companies that help our clients to draft the business plans for the EB-2 NIW or professional plans. Okay, and that question number 3. Stanislav, do I need to have a business plan or a professional plan for the purpose of filing EB-2 NIW? And the answer to this question is absolutely yes, guys. Absolutely, because I've never filed a single EB-2 NIW where I did not include some type of business plan or professional development plan for the clients. And I don't draft them. Either you draft them or we have the companies we work with who help to do this for our clients. And I think with this presentation, whatever that is, the business plan or professional plan, is just more convincing for the purpose of filing the case. And I think it's a must. Do I have to open the company in the US if I self-petition for EB-2 NIW? And guys, the answer to this question actually changed in 2023. If before I would say it depends or this and that, and we happen to file the successful petitions without the company, but end of 2023, I say yes. You kind of have to do this. It's easy, it's not expensive, it's very effective. Because when you have a business plan or professional plan, you have a company registered, it just again, more convincing. Okay, it's more likely than not you'll be successful with your petition, okay? And that does affect the immigration officer. I can see, and I hear other attorneys have the same opinion when we meet at the conferences, when we speak with each other. I call my friends attorneys, we discuss this issue. Last but not least, Stanislav, do I have to implement my project when I come to the US? The answer to this question is yes. You have to put all the efforts to do this, to stick up to your promise to the US government. You kind of promised that's what I'm gonna do. That's my plan, that's how I'm gonna benefit this country. And yes, you may not be successful in that. There is no guarantee. And USCIS knows about it, and US government knows about it. But if you have not put an effort and time and energy and money into your proposed endeavor, proposed project, and mind, there's a word proposed, so you're only proposing it. So when you go to the interview for your passport in 5 years, and it may never happen, but if that does happen and the immigration officer asks you for about your project, about the success, and if you have nothing to tell him about your proposed project in the past, if you haven't done anything and you didn't even try, This could be a huge problem to the extent where you can lose your green card. Go ahead and try it. Put the best effort into this. Do your best job. Try to do to the best of your abilities. And if you fail, but you find yourself in the same industry or similar industries and you still bring the benefit to the US, it's going to be all right. It's not going to be all right if you jump to the trailer, to the truck and trailer, and start delivering the frozen broccoli to the US. That's not going to be okay, okay? Try to do the best of what you can. Now, you go down below this video, find the link that's going to say a free evaluation of your case. Click on it, fill out the form. Within 2 days, I will get back to you. And I will tell you if your case is good or not, which criteria will satisfy, which criteria we need to work on, maybe you have a better visa, and if your case has a potential. And if it does have the potential, I will invite you to the complex immigration planning to build up the winning written strategy for your case. Smash that like button if you like this video, subscribe to my YouTube channel, follow me on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, X, and other online platforms. I'm Stanislav Shamayev, the lawyer of the future. Your future begins here. Good luck.